Let's get ready to rumble. Bring the noise.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting match of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo. If it's your first time with us, here's what's about to happen. Two teams are about to race through the three boroughs of Tokyo in order to complete bingo board objectives. For every soul and character unlock they complete, they'll receive a point, and if they work together and complete 100% of graffiti in an area, they'll receive 3. And if a team works together and collects 5 squares in a row, they'll receive a coveted bingo and an additional 2 points. But they better watch their backs out there, because the streets take no prisoners, and each square can only be claimed by one team, and you don't want to be the team that gets sniped to a square. Oh, and one more thing. Teams will be playing with the co-op mod, which means tape pickups, challenge completions, and graffiti sprayed will be shared between both players. Good luck everyone, it's time to play Jet Set Radio Future Bingo! And welcome back to the second match of round 1, and what a match we have for you today. The first team battling it out for the crown is the pair that's ready to Control-Alt-Delete the competition, ready to find out what happens when you have a team in winter and summer at the same time. It's Daft7 and Miku_DS from Team Unhandled Exception. And going up against them today, we have 2 players ready to reroute the entire tournament and convince everyone their name isn't a typo. It's Nastranus and Los from Team Rollberblades. And commentating today's match, we've got the duo that only just found out that New Zealand has 2 capitals. It's Yomsa and Nago.
Hello, hello. Welcome to JSRF Bingo Season 6. We have Unhandled Exception, Daft7 and Miku versus Rollberblades. I forgot that wasn't a misspelling. With Nastranus and Loza. I'm Nago. Hello. I'm one of your commentators, and I'm my co-commentator, my Team Fortress Season 3 champion teammates, Yamsa with me.
Hello. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be Miku's first game. first one for the season. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this too. It's very cool. Like, I'm excited to see the legendary Daft 7. I'm a big fan of Daft. Season 1 finalist, I believe. Um, but no, this is gonna be fun. I feel like I don't really know how good either of these teams are going to be, so I feel like I'm going into this like very much like completely unaware of like anything. So I don't really like predictions and anything. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna have a good time watching this.
Yeah, I think if I had to predict, I would probably expect Rollerblades to be the stronger team. Ney is, incredible movement player, very good with tech. And yeah, also Losa as well, one of the best players in JSRF history. So it'll be a tough one for Unhandled Exception, but I also think they can do it. Miku is a very good any percent player as well.
Yeah. Daft 7 has definitely experienced Ace yelling at them to do certain things, so maybe Daft has picked some stuff up. I mean, he's definitely played. I've definitely seen him do like some like solid plays. So we'll see how it goes. I believe all the players are basically ready, so they can basically start whenever. Yep, they're literally just counting in. All right, let's just look at this board then. What do we have?
So immediately we have on top of us in column 4, which, the fastest soul in the game. Well, tied with Cubby for being like the fastest, so very likely we'll see someone go there. I also noticed like Chuo has a lot of things, and something I've thought about since we've used the load XP is that staying in the same area is very good, rather than switching between places. Because you're not wasting 5 seconds on a loading screen. So I could see someone just do Chuo Graffiti and get all of those points.
Yeah, it's very much very tempting to look at it, to do that. There's definitely multiple areas where there's that are kind of staffed, because bottom point is kind of the same way, but bottom point is more committal. And there's some fast souls early in dark side. So we'll see where everybody chooses to go. This is definitely kind of a board where you want to go Chuo and then kind of see whatever.
Yeah, I think there will be an early Shibuya thing for on top of us, and then probably spread out towards Kogane and dark side after that.
Yes, that's definitely what it seems like. Two Kogane players, and then 2 people going to Shibuya. Oh, Daft wants to go dark side? Wants to go dark side. All right, fair enough. So there's going to be only contesting.
Yeah. Ney and Daft are going to dark side. Losa and Miku going for Shibuya.
Ooh, Miku
wins on top of us. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. Ignore the stream delay. Or maybe it was the classic, you're not ready to click on it once you collect the square. But yeah, they're going to go straight to Chuo. Makes sense. Wait, Nate went dark side? Am I losing my mind? What? Okay, fair enough. I wasn't paying attention. This is actually quite interesting. So they are both contesting each other to both little fast soul areas.
Well, I think Rollberblades are going for row 4 here. Losa is going to try and get Chuo Graffiti maybe. I don't know. Ney can also get STB Air 4 and then 2 Dogen things.
Yeah, it feels kind of
light ball ride first is a little bit weird, unless that was your play.
Yeah, it just feels kind of scary to commit for Chuo, to commit for immediately to a graffiti or a bingo that has Chuo Graffiti in it, something that you're very easily going to get contested to. But it also seems like neither player is actually going to spray Graffiti. It seems like people are content to just go for the souls. It seems like both teams maybe are going for more of a just just beating souls, point hoarding, and just seeing basically just trying to get as much board control early as possible, as opposed to trying to maximize the points they get.
Yeah, I mean, turns out you're right. I'm just a little perplexed by Ney's decision to get light wall ride first instead of points 100k. It's generally faster and less committal.
Yeah,
it worked out for them in any case.
Yeah, it's maybe making a certain assumption about what your opponent is doing, that maybe you're not being contested to dark side or something. Or just knowing that you're probably the executionally the player with the better execution, so there's a decent chance that you can take some like little liberties and it'll still work out pretty well for you in the long run. But yeah, Nate picks up all the stuff in 99th and then goes into Kogane while Daft is choosing to stay within Darkside. So this is kind of scary because Nate is going to be able to get a lot in bottom point that is completely uncontested.
Yeah. The early game was kind of a disaster for blue team. Like, it's 4-2 right now, and then Ney is also going to get like 5 points in bottom point completely uncontested. Or 4. Probably not going to go for cube.
Yeah. I'm an apologist for character unlocks just because I like doing the character unlocks, but it's definitely not the optimal play to do for sure. What's the plan? Because without is staying in dark side, get special, get air, get points. It's not terrible for like denying bingos because they are kind of like in different spots on the board, so it does kind of help you like just not randomly get bingoed on. But it's not really something. It's more of like more of an approach if you're just trying to not lose as opposed to trying to actually like actively win the game, which is not ideal. Like you'll probably just end up being kind of like behind long term while being close like short term.
I really like what Miku's doing here. This is the good play, in my opinion. Setting up row 4, getting like those 2 Dogen souls. There's also past statue, so it's like a relatively quick 3 points. And yeah, row 4 like might be something they want to like try for because the start that Rollberblades has had is like really strong. Like they're gonna be leading in points with this Nay graffiti soon.
True, but Lowe's is doing graffiti for Churro as well, so it's not really like.
There's also bottom left to bottom, or top left to bottom right. Sorry for interrupting, but it looks like, yeah, Miku will block it with past statue.
Yeah, that's definitely. I definitely think that's probably the better. Like that's definitely an important play, because it's definitely. It's kind of awkward to be in a position like this because it's like you kind of know that you're behind on graffitis, so you're just kind of hoping that like you can block bingos and pick up like enough like regular squares that you can kind of like outpace your opponents that are just going and doing all the graffiti. At least RDH graffiti is still on the board that they can conceivably pick up later. I haven't actually known. I think Nay's been doing graffiti as well. So yeah, like as long as they, I don't know how the math works out, but as long as they get RDH graffiti and like block bingos and then just get like a bunch of extra squares, it could work out. But it's still like it's still very much an uphill road for them to fight.
There's 3 graffitis on the board, so assuming no more bingos, we'll need 16 points to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Rollberblades are going to get Chuo and they're also going to get bottom point, so they're going to quickly spiral out of control in terms of points. Like they're going to fall very far behind.
Yeah,
I'm not sure like what their play is going to be.
You just need to somehow like sweep basically like most of the non-graffiti board or graffiti squares. Like you're gonna have to like you're gonna have to be able to like snipe them to like all the non-graffiti squares basically. Like you have to guess that like really fun late game thing where you just have to kind of guess what your opponent is doing and then hope that you can somehow like mind game them in some way.
I also think Rollberblades are doing something sneaky here. Like I said before, Ney is probably not going to get cube, but as we can see, Ney has been doing cube, and it looks like, with Losa getting Chuo special, like bottom left to top right, that is going to be like a sneaky bingo coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. I think one thing that's kind of nice about doing cube as well is that like doing extra, like when you're doing a graffiti like bottom point or like you're in this particular position where you're not getting contested to a graffiti route, you can kind of like psych your opponents out by doing all the other squares as well, because they will basically like, it kind of messes with their sense of timing, I guess. Like you would think that you don't do Q because you want to leave bottom point early, and then you spend all of this time thinking like, okay, these are the timings I'm looking for. This is where my opponent, like when my opponent is going to show up and do all this stuff, and then suddenly you're like, oh, we also did cube, and now I'm kind of like, okay, I have to kind of reassess the point situation and reassess like when my opponent's going to be done with like this particular square. Yeah, it can be it can make stuff kind of awkward.
That is a good point. Like cube for Nay conceals what they're doing. Like you're assuming they're finishing the graffiti, and then
Yeah. It can like kind of spook you. Like you get like initially spooked out of doing something, and then suddenly it's like, oh, actually, they're just doing everything, and I feel like and then you're like, oh well, I could have just done so much more, but yeah, that graffiti is going to be done.
Get this bottom point graffiti soon. Then 13 points, and they'll only need 3 more squares to win. Probably not going to be able to get RDH graffiti though, with what Miku's doing.
Yeah, Loza going for graffiti is probably like the scariest thing, because conceivably you'd think that one of them is probably doing RDH graffiti at this point. So it's like, if you get sniped to this, I think that's like basically like the losing condition is getting sniped. I presume from the way that Miku's doing it that the idea is that Daft comes back and does the bottom half of RDH maybe? But
yeah, most likely, but he's heading to the Dino.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out, so this is going to be kind of awkward.
Yeah, I'm guessing Daft's play is like stopping the bottom left, top right, but also setting up row 5.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't like dislike that kind of thing. Like if you're this far behind, Hail Mary bingo play probably can be one of your best chances.
Yeah, no, for sure. You definitely need to like swing somewhere. Like if you're at this point just gonna play for like individual squares, you're like, oh, we want to lose by less points. But like, unfortunately, competition is a very binary thing where you're either winning or you're losing. And if you're just going to get 2 more squares just to lose by less points, you've still lost.
Okay, important thing we didn't really talk about this column too. It looks like Rollberblades are going to get that.
Oh, I have not. All right, well, I mean, never mind then. That's unfortunate. You hate to see it. Well, you see, this is just kind of what happens. You're just kind of looking around, and it's like, oh, actually, I've lost. Doesn't that suck?
Yeah, mood. I would say it was a very difficult game to win after that start where Rollberblades are up like 4 squares to 1 or something. Yeah. Not what you want to have happen in a 2v2 game.
Yeah, both Nay and Daft ended up like deciding like after initially going to Kogane that they wanted to go to Darkside, kind of like is very unfortunate because Daft was the first one to be like, okay, actually we're going Darkside, and then Nay was also going Darkside, so it's like you made like what is probably a good play of trying to like maybe like, especially if you're like a team like Daft where like I feel like you're probably trying to just like outplay your opponent as opposed to like out execution your opponent, like try to snipe them to stuff. So you're like, oh, I want to go to a different area, and then it's like, oh, but my opponent's in the same area, so I'm screwed. So yeah. Also, yeah, that's the bingo.
Yep.
That is that. I wonder if they are gonna play this out, but to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if neither team knows what the math is.
Yeah, unless by some miracle Unhandled exception gets column 3, this game is locked up.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
It's just how it is. I wonder. Yeah, so Lowe's only has these 3 sprays left. This large, the small, and then the other large. Or the 2 smalls.
Lowe's has actually like overtaken Miku at this point. It's got more.
Yeah, it's because Miku started at the top, so you kind of have to do some unnecessary trekking back at the end to get to the first half. But yeah, that's that. That is RDH spray completed, and that is pretty much it. Miku very
Yeah.
close to finishing as well, which is very unfortunate. Always the painful, like, you're like 2 sprays off and then you have to immediately bail to somewhere else.
I guess I wish I knew what Miku was doing before RDH. It wasn't on his screen, but like I'm wondering if there was like communication issues. Like he was expecting Daft to finish off the bottom, but then Daft went to Sky Dino, or we just like started from the top.
I don't remember exactly because I remember that Miku went to Dogen, and then maybe Miku maybe went towards bottom point, maybe, and then went back once they saw that Nay was doing shit. But I don't really remember. I don't know what his. I do not know exactly what his thought process was in the moment. But to be fair, I think Shovelclaws' read of Daft saying, "Miku, you're kicking our asses," is probably what was actually happening. You know, that beautiful Iowa accent that Daft has.
Remaining squares are pretty much all on dark side, except for this
Shovel. Fuck yourself. I'm mad. I don't appreciate this. I don't want to listen. I don't want to get DM'd by the chat. That's all I'm saying. I don't want an American to come into the chat and, you know, I think it's very toxic. I don't appreciate it, but it's fine.
For what it's worth, I thought your Daft impression was really good.
You don't have to lie to me. It's fine.
No, I actually was thinking that. I was like, ooh, that kind of did sound like Daft.
I did think it wasn't that terrible. I think it was like the problem with Daft is that Daft speaks in like a very, I don't know how to say this, but just like has a very particular way of speaking, you know?
He has some mannerisms.
He has the mannerisms, and the best thing you can do is more try to like imitate his like little small things more than try to like just literally like imitate his accent, because I'm not good enough at impressions to do that. I guess we are just finishing out this whole last board, huh? What is even left? The Chuo, SDPP. That's what you want to see when you're trying to finish out a board. There's Chuo special and 2 really long SDPP souls on like different parts of the board. 7 Ace is thriving though, finishing boards, giving us the numbers. I cannot wait for the Daft. Daft, my boy. Daft, my boy.
Yeah, this soul is like kind of a troll. Happens to the best of us.
Did Daft even? Because Daft went for the other soul. But is that soul even on the board? That board, he didn't know which one was points, so he went for the one in the very back, not knowing that wasn't. That's unfortunate. No, Daft.
No.
Oh, I'm so glad Lowe's at least is in SDPP now, so once Daft fixes up Lowe's, it could go for the other one, but Daft. I got flamed in this very voice chat that you don't use the crane because these things happen. Oh, jeez.
No, it's like a car crash. You can't look away.
It's not even really a car crash. It's more like, I don't know. It's like watching your dad like be like, I used to play basketball back in the days, and then he tries to do like a layup and he misses, and you have to try to not laugh at it, because it feels like that's like really insulting to do that.
Yeah. Can we get a round of applause in the chat, folks, for Daft?
Yeah.
You got that soul.
Yeah, it's like someone shooting a 3 and then yelling Kobe, and then they just airball it. It goes over the backboard, like out of the court. All right, good job, Daft. I'm proud of you. Good shit.
Right, we got a final score of 9-24 in favor of the Rollberblades, so a little bit of a beatdown. I'm not gonna be honest.
A little bit.
I think Unhandled Exception needs to like evaluate what happened with their early game to make sure what happened before is not gonna be repeated.
We'll see how it goes. Alright, we're gonna get a game 2. I mean, yeah, that game was definitely just a classic, 2v2, bad start. My life is over, please help. Apparently, Miku has controller problems, so we'll have to wait on that. I'm now going to look really close into my screen to try and read the board. Actually, no, I'm a spectator. I can just open the board myself. Actually, I'm just gonna look at the board.
Yeah. The thing that jumps out to me about this board is that Shibuya Cho is very scarce.
The thing that jumps out to me on this board is that there's one graffiti square, and it's sewers.
Most likely going to see a Kogane Ben 10 split.
It's very funny to have a Kogane Ben 10 split in this when, like, so much of it is in sewers, and, like, Kibo at bottom point. Like, it's not, and it's all not really fast stuff. This is definitely going to be, like, a big-time commitment, and whoever's in Kogane is going to have a lot of responsibility, and I don't think anybody's gonna enjoy that responsibility besides like me and like Yayo, I guess.
I think if you're confident in your climbing abilities, like going to sewers is actually pretty good here. Like sewers entrance, very fast, and then points 100k in Air 4 are also relatively quick if you're confident in your climbing, and you're gonna put on like immediate pressure on column 1.
Yeah, I think. As much as me being a sewer rat is kind of a meme, I do think it's really valuable to like to learn sewers just because people don't really want to touch it. So like you get that advantage of just picking up the squares that they don't want to touch, and that kind of like it like they already limit their own choices, but then by you getting those squares, you like block any bingos that they would be getting and everything. Like you basically are just being given free squares. So yeah, going to sewers is very valuable because you can get entrance, get the tape, climb up. And then get 2 more squares like pretty quickly. Like these are not too slow.
The question would be like, do you want to get top of station and RDH Air 4 first? You probably do, but
yeah, they're definitely in like definitely top of station is in a nice spot like on the board when it comes to like how it like synergizes because there's all of the sewer stuff is within the top of station bingos.
Yeah.
So it is very valuable to get that square if you're going to go Kogane, commit to Kogane. Yeah, so I would say that that's probably what you want to do. We do again.
Both teams are sending someone to Shibuya. I'm honestly a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, what are they looking for again?
Like Chuo Air 4, Hikage Crane, Hikage Grand 20, also not that bad.
Yeah, it's probably a Hikage fight, though Daft is going to. Oh, they're both going to. Okay,
no, I think Rollerblades is rushing column 1 here. Like Losa's gonna go for Air 4, Nei's getting column or top of station, and then it's like gonna be a sewers stuff.
I'm kind of surprised they're both going for Chuo first. Like, I feel like I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. But I was gonna assume that one of these teams was gonna be like really conservative and just go for like just all the squares. Like in Hokage, at least that's maybe just because I'm like a relatively conservative player, but yeah, it seems like both of them are trying to go for that top of station Air 4, and then the sewers. Maybe that they might not be going for column 1, but they're at least looking to like be like, oh, you have to do graffiti, but it has been blocked because Loza did get Chuo Air 4, so that does mean that row 1 bingo is gone, or column 1 bingo is gone. Row 1 is also gone. So, top of station has been completely neutralized by Rollberblades. It's a very good play because that can definitely get very scary very quickly if you lose top of station and Air 4, or top of station and entrance can be kind of
Yeah,
awkward.
both teams are basically going for like the same play there. Like Daft and Losa both going to Chuo, Ney and Miku both going to top of station. So
Yeah, not
depending
like
on like
last.
how the snipes have gone, like that could have been a complete disaster for either team.
Yeah, it could have been a repeat from last game, basically, but it worked out. Ney showing off the movement, doing little fancy sewers movement, going straight for the graffiti. That is a big commitment. Even still, since obviously now it has like it's not as valuable, but it's still pretty good. Ooh, glitchy
I'm
climbs.
not
glitchy
certain
wall
they're
rides.
like committing for the graffiti. Maybe they're just like doing a little partialing.
Partialing is good too. I think. Yeah, it
I would
seems to
assume it's
be.
mostly like a Air 4 and points 100.
Yeah,
Something.
this is looking like a partial. Yeah, just like climbing up and doing the parts that you can like, just like not doing basically doing the graffiti that you do if you skip the climb, which is fair enough. Makes sense. Lets you climb up, lets you do this really annoying long hallway that like is an extraordinarily long detour within the graffiti route. It's definitely one of the more valuable places in like any graffiti route to partial that you can like pretty easily partial while like unlocking other souls or doing something. So it
Yeah.
makes sense.
I like what Losa's doing here. Well, it's not like he can see what other people's screens say, but he's going to be completely uncontested in Dark Side, so he's going to be able to get a lot of points. Like Dark Wall Ride, 99th Grind, Highway Zero stuff, lots of points
Yeah.
for him. So I like this play.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't see the screen, but it does make sense. Like, you know that Daft is in Hikage, and you can only assume that Miku, unless Miku is just doing some, like, like 5-head play, should be in Kogane as well. So going 99th does mean that you get to be completely uncontested. Nice little climb from
I
Miku,
don't think
though.
it's
But
like
yeah,
inconceivable that Miku like got the RDH things and then dipped. But yeah, I would agree. You'd
I think,
probably, if you
yeah.
had no idea and you just had to like guess, you'd probably expect him to be in Sirius.
Yeah, I think it's if we're talking about like the highest like expected value play, like if you're just running like a simulation, then I think this is probably the play you'd want to do the most. Um, Miku gets the card, but seems to be kind of late to everything, which is quite unfortunate.
Miku's looking like he's gonna get points 100k here.
Ooh,
He's ahead.
yeah,
So
he's
all he has
actually
to do is
ahead.
not fall down in the water.
Okay, okay,
This will be a close one.
you could do this, Miku.
And Miku gets it. Excellent. Go Australia.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot. My 80% brain took over, and I forgot where the soul was, and I thought Miku was throwing, and then it all worked out. So, yeah, Australia is in fact back.
Yeah,
So
much
Dev-
stronger start in this game too for
Yeah.
Unhandled Exception. They're actually ahead on points here, but as mentioned, Losa is completely alone and will be able to try and change that.
Yeah. So what is Nay's plan? Is Nay's plan to just finish graffiti? It does seem to be that way.
I
Yeah,
don't
just doing
hate it.
100 meters. Yeah, it's probably the safest play you could make.
What I feel
Um,
like is that when there's fewer graffitis on the board, like graffitis tend to have like a more relative value because you need 14 points to win this without
Yeah.
a bingo. So those
For
3
sure.
points matter a lot more.
Yeah, my sicko brain really wants to say you do 100-meter room and then you don't do the final sprays. But that I think is too sicko for anybody to actually unironically consider. It's probably just best to just get the square, not take the weird potential risk of getting co-op later on or something really dumb. Because it hasn't. This is just my brain thinking out loud. But so we have Miku and FRZ, Daft is in Highway Zero.
I mean, what I see
Um,
here is column 2. Like Daft can get Trick 70 and Soda,
Yeah,
and
for
Miku just
sure.
have to get Kibo Air 4.
Yeah, Lowe's is not at all looking at Highway Zero. Like Lowe's is definitely just trying to clean up SDPP for. There's not really like a bingo for it. It's just like the squares that are like convenient to get.
I feel like if I was Miku, I don't know. Like maybe he like assumes someone will block him, but I would not be prioritizing FRZ here. I would be trying to book it towards Kibo. Because like you do have
Yeah.
lower platform under wires as well. You'll get 2 points for it.
Yeah, FRZ feels like either like too like intimidated that you might get sniped to stuff, or just like misreading the board and just being like, I'm just gonna go for points instead of like going for a bingo. But regardless, Miku does get the points, and Ney is falling down in under meter room, so Miku's still gonna have the lead into Kibo if he so chooses to go Kibo,
Oh yeah, you're right.
which
Like,
seems to be
Ney
so.
hasn't decided to stop the bingo either, so
Yeah, I don't.
Miku's
I'm
not
very-
getting punished for his FRZ play.
I'm very curious as to how, like, what the idea is on the side of Daft Miku. Like, I wonder. Like, I think they're probably just going for points and not really like overthinking the situation. Because obviously now they know that Miku's ahead. Let's see if Miku can get the emulator stall launch. I don't know what it looks like, so I don't know if this is good. This is good? No?
No, voided out.
Oh, that's
That was
unfortunate.
crazy.
I don't know. I don't know what the emulator stall launch looks like, so all I know is
Okay.
that looked kind of cool.
Like, red alert, we've got Ney and Kibo now.
Ah, stall
Ney
launch
finished
forward.
series graffiti, so whoever gets this stall launch better will decide the fate of this game most likely.
I still don't know if that's good.
No, it's
Okay.
good, it's good. FP touchdown.
Oh, it's the better one. It's the better one as well, because Ney went for the safe one. So Miku is ahead. That's gonna
Yeah,
be very
Miku is ahead,
good.
but he's like a less experienced player than Ney, which, with this much of an advantage, I figure it probably won't matter, but yeah, we'll see if he like forgets where Air 4 is or something. Like, he learned this, like where the souls are and stuff, like fairly recently, I feel like.
Yeah. I think Miku might also pick up lower platform though, which might scare Ney a little bit. Oh, or just skips it.
Nope.
Fair enough.
He understands the assignment. He needs to get this bingo for their team to win.
That makes sense. Okay.
But where's he going now?
I don't know where he's going. Okay, Ney picks up the defaults. Miku is looking for a ladder. Okay.
Ney also did the same thing.
I'm
I'm a little confused.
do
Interesting.
I not I feel like I know where Air is.
Yeah, Air
But then
is
why-
like
Yeah.
Air is like near where Heli Skip ends, basically.
Yeah.
Not,
Okay,
not
there we go,
360,
okay.
but
Yeah, okay, Miku's going towards it. Okay, I felt like I was going crazy. Like, I don't know where anything is. But okay, yes, we have figured it out. We've cracked the code. Now, if you're a real sicko, you could stall launch to it, but I need to. I feel like I've suggested enough maniac things. Actually, I'm not sure if you can make it there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Miku's definitely gonna get this. So Daft is currently in Soda unlock, so that basically means that they have column 2 guaranteed. Which means that how
oh,
many points will that be? So they'll be at
I'm not
14?
sure if like the timing will work out, but Losa just left or is leaving Sky Dynatrix 100 and probably going to go to Soda. Might get trapped by Daft.
Yeah, so basically Miku has to get one of the bottom point squares now to win. It's either Catwalk near Cube or Trix 50. Which is a bit awkward for Miku because those are 2 squares you can get relatively quickly. Like, well, not relatively quickly, but like you get them in the same direction. So, Miku basically has to just do Sexy Fish while Ney has to get Trix 50 as well. Now, if I was doing this, if I was in Ney's position, I would do the extremely annoying play of doing Sexy Fish and then slightly delaying picking up Catwalk, and then hoping that you like tricked Miku.
Oh no, Ney fell down.
Ooh, that's so. What's Miku's plan? Is Miku gonna Sexy Fish, or is Miku gonna go for Trix 50 as well? Oh, Miku's also going for trick 50. I mean, luckily Miku is ahead, so this isn't as much of a problem. But
It's really
still,
close. Nay's got a boost. Miku, you've
Yeah.
got 27 cans. Oh, I
That's
think Miku just boomed.
But do either of them actually have it unlocked? Neither of them have it unlocked. No, Miku!
Miku fell
No, Miku, please.
This is so heartbreaking because Miku could have just sexy fished.
Yeah, like you have only one square that you need to get.
No, Miku, turn around. Or go forward, either or. But
Okay, Miku has more cans than Nay. Not that
he's,
it's really
he's very
matters.
behind, though. He doesn't have
Yeah.
enough for a boost anyway.
Oh, he's going up the slow way. He's going up the slow way. No, not like this, man. Oh, it's so over.
Unless Nay, like, fumbles up this catwalk movement somehow. No. Alright, Nay gets it.
Oh, just.
That
Oh,
is
Miku's doing
heartbreaking.
cube unlock. What is happening?
Oh, he thinks that's cube. That is heartbreaking.
Cube unlock? What is happening? I'm so confused.
That game was in Unhandled Exception's hands. Like, they were so close.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Alas. So that's gonna be a 2-0 for Rollberblades. A good showing from Unhandled Exception in the second game. It's
Yeah.
an unfortunate little case of the skill issue and also not doing the math right.
Not every day you
Unfortunate.
see a team get a bingo and lose.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is today.
We should go back to 4-point bingos.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we should go back to. Oh, maybe go back to 4-point bingos for season 7. Actually, I think it was fun. 4-point bingos. Hey, Dafts.
Hello.
Hey, Miku. How you feeling? How's it
Feeling
going?
all right.
Feeling right?
Oh man. Need CXPX. I can hear better. All right, let's go.
That was a heartbreaking ending, Miku.
Yeah, I was very nervous and I crumbled under the pressure.
Did you?
Oh yeah,
think-
you sniped me like 3 times. It's really annoying.
Miki was doing a good job. I could see on Kogani. He was
Yeah.
doing good over there.
I really skill issued on all my game starts. Like I missed top of station like really stupidly, and you sniped me to it, and then you sniped me to points in Suez when I was doing graffiti. I went for a
Yeah.
gamble.
Because I knew you were in
Was-
Suez, and I was like, I wasn't sure. I knew I couldn't beat you in graffiti because I think you were already starting.
I
But I was like, well,
wasn't
if I-
sure if you were going to challenge me at all, actually.
I was thinking about it, but then I'm like, maybe I'll just take the points and go somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, that paid off
Oh.
for you, but graffiti
It felt
also
really
paid off
good.
for me in the end.
Yeah, it was really close game. Like me and Def just counting it up, like, oh my god, we actually have a chance. Let's go.
Yeah, the end was extremely stressful.
Yeah, and I was just trying to get the 30 tricks. Oh, yeah, the tricks in bottom point, and I just boomed it so many times.
I boomed as well. Thankfully, I went for a backup. I went for the backup with the jumps, and that worked out in the end. Shout
Can
out
I
to Ekla.
ask, like, why did both of you prioritize, or mostly Miku, I guess, but why did you prioritize tricks over catwalk? Like the default soul.
Oh, I misread it. I thought that was cube race.
I
Oh,
told
you
you.
thought it was
I
cube
told
race?
you.
Oh my god.
I told you. But also,
I
you
prioritized
still-
tricks because I was willing
Yeah.
to trade personally.
I did say it. I was right.
I saw
Yeah,
cube
yeah,
that
like-
makes a lot of sense now. Because like you don't want to get trapped in the race.
Yeah, exactly.
And anyway, if I don't get tricks, I can still race to cube afterwards. But yeah,
Yeah, for you it makes sense, but
It was a good game. That was my first ever like actual bingo like
Yeah.
match, and I feel like I did all right.
You did
yeah,
pretty
you did
decent.
well.
Good recovery from the first game. Like you definitely seemed like you were like. I mean, the first game was also just like an unfortunate start. So yeah, you did well.
yeah. First game was interesting. I'm not sure what happened on your end.
I
got the oopsies.
Yeah.
Miku contracted from me the oopsies.
Yeah, it was
Can't even
just
remember
a little
you
bit
won.
of a snipe fest.
Ah, okay. Did they go for any
matches
graffiti?
are always very difficult, so you did great.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
No, in game one, like you and Losa were prioritizing the graffitis relatively early, and you were like totally uncontested there.
Okay.
I think
I just
no,
mean
I
like
believe,
the start. It was like 4 to 1 or
believe-
something.
Miku, I believe, started RDH sooner, and yeah, still got beaten. It was like, damn.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
were
mean-
thinking about
We
co-oping
did
RDH,
have
but-
Miku do top first because I was planning on coming in, but then I ended up doing something else.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
definitely
went to
wondering about
Skydino.
Yes. Because I think we were anticipating a diagonal, but Losa, good on you for. I was like, oh, surely he'll get Chuo special and then set up this diagonal, but then he didn't do that.
Well,
Fuck.
that was the point at first,
That was
but
the
those
plan.
There you
messed
go.
up the special unlock.
You goofed? No! And you're like, just bail? Okay. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, I got
You
to
can-
the,
You can bait people with your oopsies sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
just be stupid and you win.
yeah. Oh, that's my biggest skill.
Same.
And this cube race has been going on for a real long time, huh?
I mean,
Yeah, I guess Cube just waits for you.
Let me see. Yeah, waiting at
Is
the
Miku
bottom.
doing cube race?
Yeah, it just opened cube race and then immediately stood still when the game ended. It was like, oh, all right, well, that sucks. Oh, I think that's gonna be it. I think it's gonna be that. So thank you all for being nice interviewees. It was a fun match, nice to watch. I think tomorrow it's gonna be Yoms's team against another team. I actually don't know who's playing tomorrow.
Yeah, me and Vane against Ace Bats and Sylvie.
Yay.
Ooh, I forgot
doing
Ace Bats is playing this season. That is going to be a match and a half. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow at a date and time.
Yeah.